straight down the ground for 6.
Just slotted it leg side. 6 to Ingram. That'll do nicely. Stylish player, strong player.
That was a brilliant shot.
Put away and all the way as well.
He's a very, very good player.
Ingram picks it up nicely. Power. It is power. He's got his foot down now.
Colin hit 29 sixes last year in the Blast alone. That's 5 or 6 better than anyone else. Just tell us how you do it.
Oh, for me, I mean, I think coming out to the UK has been great. A couple smaller grounds, that sort of thing. I've always been someone who's relied on hitting the ball in the air, especially in the shorter formats. So, yeah, it's about fully committing and making sure I do my work, away from the field. I enjoy the bowling machine personally. Like, sort of, a couple of boys do a bit of a giggle when they see me there because I give it a full go. Yeah. I believe when I play in the middle, I play with that sort of intensity. So I like to try and practice it. So sort of a full swing, try and get the hands back as deep as possible, and see how we go.
Well, just show us that then. Do you do much premeditation? Because when I played against you, you strike me as someone that if it's there, you hit it, but you're not always premeditated.
No, I'm quite a big believer that in the modern game at the moment, especially with the bowlers, have got a lot of options. Yeah. That they're under a lot more pressure than I am, so I try and stay as still as possible. I mean, it's, I suppose...
So you don't move around a lot?
I don't try and move too much. I try and get a good base, and from there, hopefully trust my nice trusty bat and a good swing. But yeah, for me, especially when it's going really well, I think that's when I like to stand nice and still. If the bowler's getting the better of me, that's when I'll maybe start to move around a bit.
Show us that swing, the bat lift that you're talking about.
Oh, for me, I mean, a few of the boys give me trouble, but I like to get it back nice and sort of as deep as possible. Yeah. For me, it's about getting a full strike. When I watched, sort of growing up in SA, watched a guy like LB Morkel, he seemed to miss-hit them and they went the furthest. Yeah. And I believed it's because he wasn't snappy. So in 4-day cricket, my hands are a bit shorter, maybe, wait for the ball a bit later. But in terms of a full swing, I like to get my hands back nice and deep and try and get them through the ball.
And what do you mean about he wasn't snappy?
I think a lot of guys these days with a sort of big open blade backlifts are quite short and jabby. When I think of trying to get the ball as far as possible, I think more like a golf swing, sort of nice and long. Like I say, sometimes you look like an idiot and it goes straight up, but that's what I try and work on. Try to get my hands nice and deep, which gives me my long swing, which hopefully gets the ball to travel a bit further.
Right, well, what I want to see, when we play here, or when we commentate here in particular, we always talk about the dimensions of the ground. So square, you generally have longer boundaries, although it's not quite the case at the minute, especially with the wind, but straight, especially down to the River Taff end, is probably the shortest part of the ground. So can I just throw you a few and just see how far you can get it down there?
Yeah, we'll see how we go.
I'm literally just going to lob these. I'm actually slightly nervous and don't want to be too close. But you see that All-Stars cricket somewhere down there, so that is straight downwind. Here we go. Oh, that's an ordinary throw. You've hit that pretty well. Did you get that?
No.
No, it's out. Right, here we go. Oh, that's better. Get hold of that one.
That was a bit better.
Oh, so that's gone straight into the sight screen that way.
Yeah, like you say, I think that is the shortest. Yeah. And for me, often check the wind as well. Yeah. Check which way the wind's blowing. Most of the time here, it's sort of going that direction. I think that's what makes the taff end, something to aim at.
Especially
going with the wind.
Spinners are bowling and stuff like that. I've nearly just smashed the camera there. But come down this end, because now this is into the wind. So bowlers generally will start bowling it shorter, won't they? So they've got more coverage that way rather than going full and straight.
Yeah, I think a lot of guys, when they get down to Cardiff, like using into the wicket, just because, like you say, often square is a bit longer. Yeah. I particularly like that area. So it poses quite a challenge for me. I really got to get it. I mean, if you look up
Come on, get down there.
It's quite a far hit today.
We got a few yards because we're this side of the strip today, but let's see what the difference is. So you pretty much just chipped them down to the River Taff end. Oh, that's not bad. Get that out the middle.
It's close to the middle.
Just short.
And if you see, that's pretty short.
Yeah, it's a long way out there. That would have been 6 off the wicket.
Oh, that's better.
That's straight out the strip.
That'll go.
Let's have a look. Oh, someone's down. Well, you got it over there, but that looks a lot longer.
That's a hefty hit, yeah. Well, especially with the wind. If you saw the first one, it really sort of hung up. Like when you get it quite high, and the wind's blowing into it, it does hold it up quite a lot. So,
best of luck today.
Thanks very much. Cheers.